Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams and with me is Abhishek Mukhopadhyay with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveils national emblem cast on the roof of the new Parliament building. Defence Ministry launches 75 newly developed artificial intelligence products in New Delhi. Senior Congress leader Mukul Vasnik rushes to Goa amid political crisis in the state legislature unit of the party. In Tamil Nadu, AIADMK selects Edappadi Palanisamy as General Secretary, former Chief Minister O. Pannirselvam expelled from party. Amarnath Yatra resumes from Pahalgam route. Monsoon rains lash Telangana, Maharashtra and Gujarat. Met Office issues red alert at several places for the next 3 to 4 days in Telangana. In Japan, ruling Liberal Democratic Party and its junior coalition partner Komeito score major victory in parliamentary elections. Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa confirms his resignation. And today is World Population Day. Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveiled the national emblem cast on the roof of the new Parliament building this morning. He also interacted with the Shramjeevis involved in the construction work of the new Parliament. The national emblem is made of bronze with a total weight of 9,500 kilograms and is 6.5 meters in height. It has been cast at the top of the central foyer of the new Parliament building. A supporting structure of steel weighing around 6,500 kilograms has also been constructed to support the emblem. The concept sketch and process of casting of the national emblem on the roof of the new Parliament building has gone through 8 different stages of preparation, from clay modelling and computer graphic to bronze casting and polishing. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has said that multiple DRDO, industry, academia centres of excellence have been installed across the country, having a primary focus on artificial intelligence. He inaugurated the first ever symposium and exhibition on artificial intelligence in defence organised by Department of Defence Production in New Delhi today.
हमारी आर्म्ड फोर्सेस, डीआरडीओ, डीपीएसओस और इंडस्ट्रीज डिफेंस सेक्टर में फ्यूचरिस्टिक टेक्नोलॉजी के डेवलपमेंट के लिए अनेक प्रकार के कदम उठा रहे हैं. भारत सरकार ने सोशल वेलफेयर और नेशनल सिक्योरिटी में सहायक आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस एनेबल्ड और आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस लेड एप्लीकेशन पर गंभीरता से ध्यान दिया भी है. इसी क्रम में डिफेंस आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस काउंसिल और डिफेंस आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस प्रोजेक्ट एजेंसी का गठन भी किया गया है. आज जब हमारी सर्विसेज फ्यूचर वारफेयर की रूपरेखा पर विचार कर रही हैं, तो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस की महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका को ध्यान में रखते हुए वेपन्स और अदर सिस्टम्स का भी विकास किया जा रहा है.
On the occasion, Mr. Singh said many efforts are being made by the defence sector to promote artificial intelligence apps.
साथियों, रक्षा क्षेत्र में आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के आगमन से बड़े बदलाव हो रहे हैं. अब तक जहां युद्धों में मानव की पूरी भागीदारी होती रही है, वहीं आर्टिफिशियल एप्लीकेशन की सहायता से ऐसे नए ऑटोनोमस वेपन्स और सिस्टम्स का विकास हो चुका है जो ह्यूमन कंट्रोल के बिना भी अपना लक्ष्य भेदने में और दुश्मन के इस्टेब्लिशमेंट्स को नष्ट करने में पूरी तरह से सक्षम है. आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस एनेबल्ड मिलिट्री डिवाइसेस बड़ी मात्रा में डाटा को इफिशिएंटली संभालने में भी सक्षम है. ट्रेनिंग और सिमुलेशन को भी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के प्रयोग से बेहतर बनाया जा रहा है, जो सोल्जर्स की ट्रेनिंग में बहुत ही सहायक भी सिद्ध हो रहा है. आने वाले समय में ऑगमेंटेड और वर्चुअल रियलिटी टेक्नोलॉजीज का प्रयोग भी इफेक्टिव तरीके से किया जा सकेगा, ऐसा मेरा विश्वास है.
75 newly developed AI products and technologies having applications in defence were launched as part of the celebrations marking 75 years of independence, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, and to promote Atmanirbharta initiative in defence.
मेडिकल सेक्टर में देखें तो आज आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का इस्तेमाल कॉम्प्लेक्स मेडिकल और हेल्थ केयर डाटा के एनालिसिस और प्रेजेंटेशन में बखूबी किया जा रहा है. नई नई मेडिसिन और डिस्कवर करने के लिए रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट में आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का उपयोग हो रहा है. एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर में भी यदि देखें तो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस सिस्टम हार्वेस्ट क्वालिटी इंप्रूव करने में सहायक हो रहे हैं, जिसे प्रिसीजन एग्रीकल्चर के नाम से जाना जाता है. आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस टेक्नोलॉजी फार्म्स में, प्लांट्स में डिजीज, पेस्ट और पुअर न्यूट्रिशन डिटेक्ट करने में भी सहायक हो रही है। इसी तरह ट्रेड, कॉमर्स, ट्रांसपोर्ट और अन्य अनेक क्षेत्रों में आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस अपनी बहुत ही अहम भूमिका निभा रहा है।
Our correspondent reports besides the 75 products being launched, another 100 are in various stages of development.
Senior Congress leader Mukul Wasnik has been asked by Congress President to rush to Goa to oversee latest political developments in the state. Congress leader K.C. Venugopal has tweeted about the development. Meanwhile, former Chief Minister of Goa and senior Congress leader Digambar Kamath told reporters today that he is hurt by some of the statements made by Dinesh Gundu Rao, in charge of Goa yesterday. However, he made it clear that he is still with the party. Congress is 11 MLAs in Goa, and since yesterday, there were rumors that 8 of them, including Mr. Kamath, are likely to join the BJP. Mr. Kamath had abstained from the Congress meeting yesterday.
The principal opposition AIADMK in Tamil Nadu has scrapped its dual leadership posts of coordinator and co-coordinator, restoring single leadership. In the party's General Council meeting held on the outskirts of Chennai this morning, former Chief Minister Edapadi Palaniswamy was selected as its interim General Secretary. The General Body has resolved to hold an election for the General Secretary's post within 4 months. Its resolution says a strong unitary leadership is essential for the smooth functioning of the party and its revival. The party General Council meeting was held today as the Madras High Court gave the go-ahead this morning. Meanwhile, the supporters of Mr. O. Pannirselvam and Mr. Edapadi Palaniswamy clashed in the party headquarters, leading to the arrest of a few. More from our Chennai correspondent.
After the anointing of Mr. Edapadi Palaniswamy as the AIADMK Interim General Secretary, the party General Council, in a special resolution, removed his rival faction leader O. Pannirselvam and 3 of his key supporters from the primary membership of the party. In a tit-for-tat move, Mr. O. Pannirselvam told the reporters from the party headquarters that no one has the power to remove him from the party post, and said he in turn removes Mr. Edapadi Palaniswamy from the party. After Mr. Pannirselvam left the party headquarters, the Revenue Department officials sealed the party office, who were given the security cover by the police. The sealing is seemingly to avoid further escalation of hostilities within the campus in the ongoing fratricidal war in the party. Several new developments in the party keep unfolding. Jai Singh, AR News, Chennai.
Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari today said Dwarka Expressway is being developed as the first elevated urban expressway in India. In a series of tweets, Mr. Gadkari said the Dwarka Expressway will reduce pressure on the Delhi-Gurgaon Expressway and arterial roads that experience severe traffic congestion, primarily from the commuters of West Delhi. The Delhi-Gurgaon Expressway is part of the Delhi-Jaipur-Ahmedabad-Mumbai arm of the Golden Quadrilateral. The minister said 50 to 60% traffic on NH8 will be diverted onto the new expressway. Mr. Gadkari said the government, under the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, is actively prioritizing the development of world-class infrastructure across all corners of the country. The expressway connecting Dwarka in Delhi to Gurugram in Haryana is being developed at a total cost of 9,000 crore rupees with total length of 29 kilometers, out of which 19 kilometer length falls in Haryana, while the remaining 10 kilometers is in Delhi.
The 4th phase of the sea trials for Indigenous aircraft carrier Vikrant has been successfully completed, during which integrated trials of majority of equipment and systems on board were undertaken. The Defence Ministry said the ship's delivery has been targeted by the end of this month, followed by the commissioning of the ship in August this year to commemorate Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. The indigenous design and construction of the aircraft carrier by Indian Navy and Cochin Shipyard Limited is a shining example of the nation's quest for Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India initiative with more than 76% indigenous content. The Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship will hold Pradhan Mantri National Apprenticeship Mela today as part of Prime Minister's Skill India Mission. So far, over 1,88,000 applicants have participated in the Apprenticeship Mela, and more than 67,000 apprenticeship offers have been made on the platform. The one-day event will feature 36 sectors and more than 1,000 companies and 500 distinct sorts of trades. Talking to AI News, Additional Secretary of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Atul Kumar Tiwari said,
जैसे आपको पता है अप्रेंटिस एक बहुत ही अच्छा साधन है जिसमें युवाओं को ट्रेनिंग के साथ साथ स्टाइपेंड भी मिलती है और उनके रोजगार के अवसर सुगम होते हैं। इस संदर्भ में हम चाहते हैं कि अप्रेंटिस की संख्या ज्यादा बढ़े, इसलिए हमने पूरे देशाद्यंत अप्रेंटिस मेला लगाया है जिसमें उस एरिया की जितनी तमाम कंपनियां हैं गवर्नमेंट या गैर सरकारी उनको बुला के अप्रेंटिसशिप लेने के बारे में उसको प्रोत्साहित करेंगे और ऑन द स्पॉट रजिस्ट्रेशन करना और कॉन्ट्रैक्ट जनरेशन करने से हमें अप्रेंटिसेस और एस्टैब्लिशमेंट को साथ लाने में और उनकी संख्या बढ़ाने में हमें सहायता होगी।
The Supreme Court has sentenced fugitive liquor baron Vijay Mallya to 4 months in jail and imposed a fine of Rs 2,000 on him for a 2017 contempt of court case. A bench of Justices U. Lalit, S. Ravindra Bhatt and P.S. Narasimha today said the transaction of $40 million by Vijay Mallya to his children is void and inoperable. Mallya was convicted of contempt in 2017 over transferring $40 million to his children in violation of court orders. A plea by a consortium of banks led by the State Bank of India sought contempt action. Vijay Mallya is an accused in a bank loan default case of over 9,000 crore rupees involving his now defunct Kingfisher Airlines. In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, 2 terrorists have been gunned down by security forces in an encounter that broke out this afternoon at Wandakpura area of Avantipura in South Kashmir's Pulwama district. One of the slain terrorists has been identified as Kaisar Koka, while the identification of the second terrorist is being ascertained. Incriminating materials, arms and ammunition and other materials have been recovered from the encounter site. Further details are awaited.
Over 198 crore 88 lakh vaccine doses have been administered so far on the nationwide vaccination drive. The Health Ministry said over 11 lakh 44,000 doses were administered yesterday. The recovery rate is currently at 98.50%. Over 14,000 people recovered in the last 24 hours. During the same period, over 16,000 new cases were recorded, while 26 deaths were reported. Health Ministry today said that more than 193 crore 53 lakh vaccine doses have been provided to states and UTs so far through the Centre's free of cost channel and through direct state procurement category. It said more than 10 crore 25 lakh balance and unutilized COVID vaccine doses are still available with the states and UTs to be administered. You were listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveils national emblem cast on the roof of the new Parliament building. Defence Ministry launches 75 newly developed artificial intelligence products in New Delhi. Senior Congress leader Mukul Wasnik rushes to Goa amid political crisis in the state legislature unit of the party. In Tamil Nadu, AIADMK selects Edapadi Palanisamy as the General Secretary. Former Chief Minister O. Paneerselvam expelled from the party. Amarnath Yatra resumes from Pahalgam route. Monsoon rains lash Telangana, Maharashtra and Gujarat. Met Office issues red alert at several places for the next 3 to 4 days in Telangana. In Japan, ruling Liberal Democratic Party LDP and its junior coalition partner Komeito scores major victory in parliamentary elections. Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa confirms his resignation. And today is World Population Day. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स की तैयारी करने वाले परीक्षार्थियों के लिए ऑल इंडिया रेडियो लेकर आया है प्रोग्राम अभ्यास, जिसमें आप अपने सवाल पूछते हैं व्हाट्सएप नंबर 9289094044 पर या फिर ईमेल करते हैं abhyas.airnews@gmail.com पर, जिसके जवाब आपको मिलते हैं हर शनिवार रात 9:30 बजे। और इस बार का विषय सोशियोलॉजी और आपके सवालों का इंतजार हम करेंगे बुधवार 13 जुलाई तक। आपका अभ्यास हमारा प्रयास।
Welcome back to the Midday News. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the newly built international airport at Deoghar tomorrow. The airport, spread across 654 acres of land, will provide direct connectivity for devotees and tourists to Baba Baidinath Dham, one of the 12 Jyotirlings in the country. During his visit to Deoghar, the Prime Minister will inaugurate 13 projects of worth over 10,000 crore rupees and lay the foundation stone of 12 projects worth over 6,000 crore rupees. The Prime Minister will also offer prayers at Baba Baidyanath Dham Temple and inaugurate the Super Speciality Operation Theatre at AIIMS Hospital in Deoghar. In Telangana, red alert has been issued to many districts as incessant rains continue to lash several parts of the state, especially the northern districts. Normal life has been thrown out of gear in many places. Several streams and rivulets are overflowing due to heavy rains in the catchment areas. Met officials have warned that heavy to very heavy rains are likely at many places, especially in northern districts. More from our Hyderabad correspondent.
The normal life has been thrown out of gear, especially in northern part of the state, due to incessant rains triggered by low pressure area near Odisha and the prevailing upper air trough. Following Met officials' warning that heavy rains likely to continue for few more days, the state government has declared holidays to all educational institutions from today for 3 days. Following the decision, all examinations scheduled in the purview of the Usmania University and other higher educational institutions have been postponed. In Hyderabad, people are facing hardships at several residential areas with storm water entering into their homes. The Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation has asked officials and staff to remain available for people and cancelled all holidays and leaves. Meanwhile, the South Central Railway has cancelled 34 MMTS trains in Hyderabad due to heavy rains. Lakshmi, AR News, Hyderabad.
Gadchiroli district in Maharashtra has been receiving heavy rain since the last 3 days, forcing the administration to shut the educational institutions for the next 3 days. The Nagpur Regional Meteorological Center has said that Gadchiroli will receive extremely heavy rains for the next 72 hours, and closure of schools and colleges is part of the precautionary measures taken by the district administration. In an order issued yesterday, the district administration said, except emergency services, all private offices, establishments and shops will remain closed. In Marathwada's Nanded, heavy rains have damaged crops and houses of farmers. Prime Minister Narendra Modi called Gujarat Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel today and took stock of the flood-like situation in some parts of the state. Mr. Patel apprised the Prime Minister with the heavy rains and possible flooding in some parts of the state. The Prime Minister assured all help from the centre, including sending extra teams of NDRF. Meanwhile, heavy to very heavy rains have lashed many parts of south and central Gujarat during the last 24 hours. According to the local weather office, the monsoon is active over the Gujarat region. Extremely heavy rainfall occurred at isolated places in Navsari and Valsad districts of South Gujarat. Heavy to very heavy rainfall also occurred at isolated places in Surat, Dang, Anand, Tapi, Chota Udaipur, Narmada, Vadodara and Union Territory of Dadra and Nagar Haveli. The Weather Department has issued an alert of heavy to very heavy rainfall in south and central Gujarat over the next 2 days.
In Sri Lanka, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe's office in a statement said that President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has confirmed his resignation. The statement said it had been officially informed by Mr. Gotabaya that he would step down on Wednesday. However, there has been no direct word from the President. Earlier, the Speaker of Parliament said on Saturday the President would resign on the 13th of July. Mr. Wickremesinghe had also said he would step down from his position. Meanwhile, protesters are still occupying the presidential palace and prime ministerial residence and have refused to leave until the leaders step down. According to local media reports, Mr. Rajapaksa's location is currently undisclosed. As per the Sri Lankan constitution, the President's resignation can only be accepted formally when he resigns by letter to the Parliament Speaker. India has extended an unprecedented support of over $3.8 billion this year itself for ameliorating the serious economic situation in Sri Lanka. In response to media queries on the situation in Sri Lanka, External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Arindam Bagchi said India will continue to follow closely the recent developments in Sri Lanka. He said India stands with the people of Sri Lanka as they seek to realize their aspirations for prosperity and progress through democratic means and values.
In Japan, ruling party and his coalition partner have scored a major victory in a parliamentary election. The Liberal Democratic Party LDP and his junior coalition partner Komeito raised their combined share in the 248-seat chamber to 146, far beyond the majority in the elections for half of the seats in the upper house. Japanese Prime Minister Kishida Fumio last night said he was grateful for the outcome. He promised to address the biggest issues facing the nation, including the pandemic, Russia-Ukraine conflict, and the soaring cost of living. He also vowed to revive the Japanese economy. He said he will also steadily push for reinforcing Japan's national security as well as constitutional amendment. The election was held just 2 days after former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was shot dead during a campaign event on Friday. In a rare public demonstration in China, a large crowd of angry Chinese bank depositors protested in the Chinese city of Jiangsu in the Henan province. Crowds demonstrated against alleged corruption by local officials and demanded the life savings back from banks that have frozen their deposits. They were dispersed by the heavy-handed plain-clothed police and many were severely injured. As Chinese economy faced economic slowdown, 4 banks in Henan province have since mid-April frozen millions of dollars worth of deposits. Chinese media has reported that the frozen deposits could be worth up to $1.5 billion.
The Amarnath Yatra, which was suspended after a cloudburst near the cave shrine, partially resumed this morning. A fresh batch of pilgrims left the Bhagwati Nagar base camp in Jammu for Nunwan base camp in Pahalgam. Authorities have also allowed a batch of yatris from Nunwan base camp via Pahalgam route early this morning. Pilgrims are being allowed via Pahalgam route only as of now. The yatra from Baltal route is yet to resume. However, helicopter service will be available from both Baltal and Pahalgam routes. Meanwhile, rescue operations are going on as personnel from various agencies are clearing the debris in the hope of finding any survivor. And now let's listen to our special program Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation.
India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle.
In today's episode, we remember nationalist Chettur Sankaran Nair, who was born on the 11th of July 1857 in Mankara, Palakkad district on the Malabar coast.
A lawyer by profession, Nair presided over the first provincial conference in Madras in 1897. In the same year, during the annual session of the Indian National Congress at Amravati, Nair gave the presidential address.
Nair referred to the high-handedness of the foreign administration, called for reforms and asked for self-government for India. In 1900, Nair was elected a member of the Madras Legislative Council. In 1908, he became a permanent judge in the High Court of Madras and held the post till 1915. He was knighted in 1912 and became a member of the Viceroy's Council in 1915 with charge of the education portfolio.
In 1919, as member, he wrote 2 famous Minutes of Dissent in the dispatches on Indian constitutional reforms, pointing out the various defects of British rule in India and suggesting reforms. For an Indian to offer such criticism and make such demands was incredible in those days. The British government accepted most of his recommendations.
In 1928, he was the president of the Indian Central Committee to cooperate with the Simon Commission. The committee prepared a well-argued report asking for Dominion status for India. When the vice-regal announcement granting Dominion status as the ultimate goal for India came, Nair retired from active politics. Nair was a patriot who worked for the welfare of his people till his death on the 24th of April, 1934. AIR News salutes the great Indian.
We also remember freedom fighter Baba Kanshiram, who was born on the 11th of July 1882 in district Kangra, Himachal Pradesh. He preached the message of Mahatma Gandhi to the nation and composed songs and poems in Pahari language to inspire the youth to join the freedom struggle.
Kanshiram was fond of music and poetry, and he started to write songs and poems in Pahari language from an early age. He went to Lahore for employment, where young Kanshi came in contact with freedom fighters. Kanshi developed good relations with well-known freedom fighters, including Sardar Ajit Singh, uncle of Bhagat Singh, Lala Hardayal, and Lala Lajpat Rai. He witnessed the Jallianwala Bagh massacre in 1919 and jumped into the freedom struggle wholeheartedly.
Kanshiram was arrested in his village Daba Siba in 1920 and was lodged in Dharamshala jail with Lala Lajpat Rai. After his release in 1922, he moved again to Lahore and participated in the session of the Indian National Congress at Lahore in 1929, which declared independence to be the goal of the Indian struggle.
The British again put Kanshiram behind the bars for his famous poem, Angrez Sarkar da Tigga Par Dhyare. The British government is on her last legs. Between 1930 and 1942, Kanshiram was arrested 9 times by the British. Sarojini Naidu called him the Bulbul-e Pahad, the nightingale of the hills.
During the last days of his life, he undertook a vow to wear black clothes till India attained freedom. The black clothes remained with him till the last day of his life on the 15th of October 1943. AIR News salutes the brave freedom fighter.
And that brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
Today is World Population Day. The day is observed on the 11th of July every year. The objective of the day is to increase the awareness of the people towards the worldwide population issues. World Population Day, which seeks to focus attention on the urgency and importance of population issues, was established by the then Governing Council of the United Nations Development Programme in 1989. The theme for World Population Day 2022 is a world of 8 billion towards a resilient future of all, harnessing opportunities and ensuring rights and choices for all. The Sensex and the Nifty did witness modest losses in the afternoon trade. Both stock indices slipped marginally amid negative global markets. The Sensex was trading below 54,400 points, while the Nifty was trading below 16,200 level. The Sensex lost 145 points or 0.27% to trade at 54,337. The Nifty also fell 26 points or 0.16% to trade at 16,194 when reports last came in.
A quick look at the weather update for the day. National capital Delhi is likely to have generally cloudy sky. Minimum temperature was recorded at 28 degrees Celsius, while maximum is expected to be around 35 degrees. Mumbai is expected to have generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. Chennai is likely to have thunderstorm with rain. Kolkata is likely to have partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveils national emblem cast on the roof of the new Parliament building. Defence Ministry launches 75 newly developed artificial intelligence products in New Delhi. Senior Congress leader Mukul Vasnik rushes to Goa amid political crisis in the state legislature unit of the party. In Tamil Nadu, AIADMK selects Edapadi Palaniswamy as General Secretary. Former Chief Minister O. Pannirselvam expelled from party. Amarnath Yatra resumes from Pahalgam route. Monsoon rains lash Telangana, Maharashtra and Gujarat. Met Office issues red alert at several places for the next 3 to 4 days in Telangana. In Japan, ruling Liberal Democratic Party and its junior coalition partner Komeito scored major victory in parliamentary elections. Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa confirms his resignation. And today is World Population Day. And with that, we end the midday news.